Hello, let me walk you through my process of writing my code for Caesar.c. First, I wrote my libraries stdio.h, cs50.h, ctype.h, stdlib.h, and string.h. And I wrote my integer main, integer rgc, string rgv, where all my code of writing will be. Remember that we want to make a program where the user inputs a number key to encrypt any message the user inputs. So recall that RGC is the number string written in the terminal when running the program by the user, and RGB is the position of a character of the RGC. First, I wanted to write a code that gives the user instructions if it doesn't write the number key for the encryption. This is why I wrote string key, which is the name I chose for the string, equal RGB1, which is the first letter or character of the user input. If the user doesn't write anything or doesn't write at least two statements, which are from the RGC, the program suggests the user to rerun the program and to write an integer to state the number of the key for the encryption. A similar code was written for the last hello.c we made. Since I already wrote an if condition statement, I wrote an else condition statement that runs if the user does write an integer for the encryption number key after he prompts the program. Then, in the else statement, I create a new integer which I called k, and integer k equals the conversion of the prior made string called key into an integer by making it modulus 26, because there are 26 letters in the alphabet. If the k integer is equal to 0, then there was no message inputted. So the program tells the user to try again because of the user's mistake and reruns the program by writing return 1. Now, after making sure the user writes a message and an encryption number key, it's a good time to write the getString statement called string text. So, if the text or message is not equal to 0, meaning there was at least something written by the user, I write an if, an else if, and an else statement. One to encrypt the uppercase letters, one for the lowercase letters, and the other one to make other characters other than the letters to stay the same, for example, a question mark. All of these statements are inside a for loop that goes character by character in the message to evaluate what type of character it is and know what to do with it. If it is uppercase, we know that 65 is the first uppercase letter in the ASCII language. If it is lowercase, we know that 97 is the first lowercase letter. Therefore, for each one of those, you subtract the ASCII number and add the encryption number k, then you modulus 26 and add the ACII number again to get a letter that is k places away from the original letter, which is the encrypted letter. Then the program will print character by character in the for loop using the placeholder %c for characters. After ending the for loop, you have a complete encrypted message with characters k places away from the original message. Okay, let's see an example. Let's prompt the program. Caesar.c. Caesar, and let's write the k number encrypted. Then I'll write any message. I'll write my name. And indeed, the M is three letters away from the J, the R is 3 letters away from the O, and so on. You can see that the uppercase letters stay uppercase and the lowercase letters stay lowercase. Yes, first I had many problems trying to write this code, but then I just had to search for the libraries and all the functions I could use to write this program. So looking at the libraries helped me a lot, like using is lower and is upper to to know which were uppercase and which were lowercase, and then I also had to look for codes in which they used this kind of structure where they had an if, an else, and a for loop inside an if loop, an if statement, and an if, and an else if, an else. I had to know a lot how to use and be very careful with the placing of each one of them, and I think this was one of the best ways to write this code. The better structure was because it is very easy to follow. And another very difficult thing was to know how to write this equation, because the modulus 26, it was kind of confusing, but it makes sense because 26 there are 26 letters in the alphabet. Thank you.